top story this afternoon at 4, the measles outbreak in Oregon at a new exposure site. This time, Centennial Middle School in southeast Portland. Devin Haskins is live outside that school with more on the latest exposure risk. Devin.
Yeah, Tim, this follows several other exposure sites that Oregon Health Authority has identified over the last 2 months. Now, the Oregon Health Authority did not say whether or not this exposure came from a child or an adult here at the school. The Oregon Health Authority listing Centennial Middle School in southeast Portland as the state's latest measles exposure site. OHA says the possible exposure was between the hours of 9:20 a.m. to 6 p.m. on April 1st and the same hours from April 6th through the 10th.
Most people, when they get the measles, feel quite ill, more than you would with a typical cold virus.
Measles is making a comeback after it was eradicated in the United States over 20 years ago. In early April, OHA reported 13 confirmed measles cases so far this year. Across the United States, more than 1,700 have been reported. Dr. Lauren Walker works in OHSU's Pediatric Infectious Disease Division.
In the last 25 years, and especially since the pandemic in the last 5 years, vaccination rates have been dropping. And so now when somebody comes from abroad or from another place and has measles, there are now vulnerable people to catch it. And so we've seen the outbreaks like we had in Texas last year, and then more recently in places like Florida and South Carolina.
OHA says 2 doses of the MMR vaccine is 97% effective at preventing measles. According to state records for the 2024-25 school year, Centennial Middle School reported a 94.2% vaccination rate for both doses. It showed a 95.6% rate for a single dose.
The higher the vaccine rate, the more protection we have. We know that when you've had 2 doses of the measles vaccine, you are 97% protected from catching the measles for the rest of your life.
Symptoms of the measles appear a week or 2 after exposure. They're usually a fever, a cough, runny nose, and red, watery eyes. The red rash appearing 3 to 5 days later.
One of the really difficult things about measles is how contagious it is. It's the most contagious infection that we know of.
If you're at the school during last week or the Friday before that, they do urge you to contact your doctor. That doctor I talked with at OHSU says that even if you were at an exposure site, getting the vaccine still will give you some protection against the virus. Back to you.
All right, Devin Haskins, thanks very much.